Hey guys, it's time to compare the Galaxy J family, the 2016 J family. We have the J5 and the J7 here versus the Huawei P9 Lite, and I'm going to be talking about them, price-wise, and which phone is overall better after having some, time with them. And also we'll be discussing the cameras, comparing them, photo samples as well as videos. So first of all, the J5 and J7, they are pretty much the same phone apart from differences like the price, the size. Of course, J7 is a little bit bigger, and also the internal hardware. J7 is like more for those people who are into gaming, and they are more into like they use a lot of applications. It's like more better with the performance compared to this one. It's like completely like the last year's model, J5 2016. It's completely waste of money in my opinion, but we'll get to that. Let's just compare these with the P9 Lite, okay? So first off, if we talk about the price, the P9 Lite is costing around 29,000 PKR, which is around $290 at least where I live. Whereas these two bad boys, the J5 is costing at the price of the P9 Lite, while the J7 cost around $350. It's like a little bit more expensive here, at least where I live. So for the price, you're getting plastic build quality in all these phones. The P9 Lite has this plastic on the back versus the aluminum on the side. Same thing with these two bad boys. You can notice the aluminum on the side, which makes them a little bit more premium. But still, in my opinion, the P9 Lite actually looks a lot more good in design, good looking, while these are just looking like a typical Galaxy phone because they have the same design language of the last year's Galaxy J5 and J7 2015. That's why the design, even though with the metal on the side, the design feel really not good. It's uninteresting, you can say. But P9 Lite, I like it. I like its shape. I like its edges. It does have this black border on the side. Same thing with these phones. They don't have edge-to-edge display, but that's that. The J5 and J7, they have removable batteries. Removable back and removable batteries, and which is a good thing. But of course, you do have micro SD card support on this one also, so it might not be a big issue. And also, if we talk about the display, okay, so for $290, you're getting a 1080p display. So Huawei is offering a 1080p display with the Huawei P9 Lite, which is absolutely great, because if I'm not wrong, the P8 Lite from the last year I think had like 720p display. I might be wrong, but the 1080p is a good thing. It's a really good thing. The colors are improved. You can enjoy, personally, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, so it's a plus point for me. While these two bad boys, they have a 720p display, which is something that is not nice, at least for a 5.5-inch phone. They should have at least 1080p for the J7, to make it more good. But still, we had 720p Super AMOLED display. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything like that, but still, they're not as sharp, So, yeah, that's that. For the price, you're getting a better display on the P9 Lite. So this is a 5.2-inch screen size. This is also a 5.2-inch screen size. This is 5.5-inch. So that's that. Also, you are getting a fingerprint sensor with the P9 Lite. Wow. This device cannot get any better. Look at that. The fingerprint sensor is pretty fast. It has no animation, so it's actually faster compared to the Huawei P9, which might seem to be a little bit crazy thing, But you can watch my speed test video on the YouTube. It has like a lot of views. You can search it on YouTube. I've compared it. I'm going to be comparing it to the P9 Plus. This is a really nice addition, fingerprint sensor. Huawei offered the fingerprint sensor with the Honor 5X, which was like a really great budget phone. A lot of YouTubers covered that. It was a really popular phone. So fingerprint scanner, no fingerprint scanner with these two bad boys. I don't know why Samsung, they don't give value to their, mid-range customers. Of course, Galaxy S7 and are nice, but the J series, they are really meant for for cheap, you know. They're really meant to be cheap, but they're not actually cheap, okay? So for the price of J5 and the J7, of course, you can get the A5 2016, which offers like a better build quality as well as the fingerprint sensor. So I don't know what Samsung is doing here, but you can see no fingerprint sensor with these bad boys. Also, if we talk about let's see here, if we take a look here at the software, so Marshmallow on all these bad boys. Again, if you don't like the UI, you can install custom launchers. This is TouchWiz. I think the TouchWiz is like a little bit more better compared to the Huawei's UI in my opinion, you know. Maybe because I'm like more used to it, but I'm currently using P9 Plus as my main phone, so I have Google Now Launcher on my P9 Plus. Same thing here with my P9 Lite. So you're not slave to these Android UIs. You can customize them the way you want, so it's not a big problem. Overall, software wise, you get really great features, I have to say. You can access like a control center type thing from the lock screen. You can have the torch, camera, calculator, and also voice recorder. You also get great applications, you know. There is like a theme store, health app, pretty great stuff here. The same thing with these phones, you know, they have their theme engine and all that, so they're pretty even with the software, I guess. So camera wise, the P9 Lite comes with a 13 megapixel camera, same as the J5 and the J7. Of course, there are some differences the way they produce picture. You know, the J5, J7, they have the same camera resolution as the last year model, you know, but it produces a little bit more better picture in terms of color wise, while the P9 Lite produces a little bit more brighter picture compared to the last year model. On the front, you get 8 megapixel on the P9 Lite versus the 5 megapixel with LED flash on the J5 and the J7. Now, which camera is better? I think that is up to you. You can comment below and tell me which one produces better result. And as far as I know, I think all these phones, they do a great job outdoor, you know. They also can produce videos up to 1080p. The thing with the P9 Lite is that I really like the camera UI of this device. So the UI is a lot similar to the UI of the flagship P9 Plus and the P9. So that is great. They showed the value to their customers. You know, even with the mid-range category, they're still giving you a changed UI. You know, I like this UI a lot. While the Galaxy J5, the J7, they have pretty much the same UI as the last year, so it's kind of a boring thing. And also, there's no HDR option in the J5, so that's that. That's kind of a marketing trick from Samsung because you know, it's not going to make any big difference in the end with the picture quality. So let's take a look at the video recording. In terms of the under the hood processor, we got Snapdragon 410 on the J5 2016. Absolute shit when it comes to gaming, gotta be honest there. J7 2016 has the Exynos 7870, which is a pretty nice chipset for gaming, you know. It handles the games like GTA San Andreas like a boss. The P9 Lite comes with the Exynos 650, so you can notice that the GPU of the P9 Lite and the Galaxy J7, they have the same GPU. But the P9 Lite is actually doing a better job because it's offering the same smooth performance as the J7 on a 1080p HD panel. So what I'm saying here is that it performs really great in short. And the RAM, okay, let's talk about the RAM. The RAM management is utter shit on both J5 and J7. They can't even keep like the system-based application in their memory. If you guys have watched my speed test video, you know what I'm talking about. You can watch those videos, of course, on my channel. While the P9 Lite does a really well job, like on par with the flagship devices, okay? It keeps all the phone apps, you know, the apps and games that I opened in that video, almost 9 apps and 3 games, and it kept all those games in their memory as well as those apps without breaking a sweat. So I have to say this is a real performer phone, and a lot of people are asking me to compare this to phones like iPhone 6s, Galaxy S7, you know, which I might do, okay? So and yeah, I mean, I'm considering this phone as a top class phone on an upper level compared to these two phones, even though the specs, the GPU is the same as the J7, but Samsung has done some terrible optimization. The P9 Lite is definitely taking advantage of every single cores, you know, it has and all that. Lastly, if you talk about the battery performance, all these phones offer in between 4 to 5 hours of screen on time, which is great. Depending on your usage, you know, they will be able to get you through the day without a problem. 3000 mAh battery on the P9 Lite, 3300 on the J7, and 3100 on the J5. Now let's talk about the verdict of this video. So in my opinion, the P9 Lite is actually the better choice over these two phones, without a doubt. The reason is that it just offers so much value. You know, you got your fingerprint sensors there, the performance is better on this phone, and also it has a more elegant design, in my opinion. So I think the P9 Lite is definitely worth your money compared to the J7 and the J5. Let me know in the comment section down below, you know, what you think about this video, and yeah, peace out.